Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Une Femme Mariée, pardon my French, 1964. This is going to be another Godard flick, black and white. I'm giving it 1 out of 5 stars. There's a lot of nudity in this one, but it's mostly off camera and lots of back shots of people's legs and stuff like that. Not very enticing, although the French woman looks better in black and white than she would in color. Still, I'm giving it 1 out of 5 stars. I hated this flick. And basically, it's about a married woman who cheats on her husband a couple times. She cheats in the beginning of the movie. Then she meets her husband. She finds out that she's 3 months pregos, and she doesn't know who the father is. And she goes back to the guy, and she goes back to her extramarital affair dealy, and then that's the end of the movie. So there's no plot, of course, this being a Godard movie, and very minimal story, just a lot of talking, and it actually made me fall asleep at Starbucks. I kid you not. I was tired though. Not once, but twice, I might add. I fell asleep Sunday morning watching this, and also or no, I take it back. I fell asleep tonight watching the end of it. I was with my son at Starbucks. He had to wake me up because he wanted to show me something. I guess he doesn't want me falling asleep at Starbucks. Anyways, that was my only chance for a third nap today. I'm burned out working 3 jobs, 80 plus hours a week, but I should have a pretty good paycheck tomorrow, so hopefully I can save up some money, and we'll see. But right now I'm watching really the worst movie of all time, at least so far. It's a communist propaganda movie called La Chinoise. Pardon my French. So that one is pure torture. Easily the worst movie of all time. And I have an even lower opinion of Godard after watching half of that than I did before. So I didn't even think it was possible, but now I think Godard is even 10 times worse as a director the second time going through his movies on my queue. So he's without a doubt the worst director of all time, in my opinion. Even the actress in his movie says that his movies are boring. And one of the Godard film historian fan guys, even he admits that this La Chinoise is rather outdated, which is an understatement, but he's not 100% on board with Maoism, I guess, which is a good sign. But it's still kind of a tempered opinion of Godard. So I'm much more anti-communist, and although this movie doesn't have any of that, political stuff in it. My understanding is that these movies from the mid 60s, these French New Wave movies, didn't make very much money, and I can see why now. Breathless is by far a better movie than this, which isn't saying much, but at least it has a decent ending to it. This one just kind of ends abruptly for no apparent reason, like most Godard movies. And it's just painful to watch. I really was expecting much more, but yeah, I can see why people stayed away from the movie theaters back around this time, 1964. And yeah, I don't know. If you like looking at torsos, arms, and backs and stuff, um, I guess this movie's for you. You really don't see much else. It's kind of like it's trying to be a porno flick, but it's got the censorship going. Um, so there's that element, and not an interesting flick. Although the French woman is kind of comely and interesting looking in black and white, even she can't save this movie because it's mostly boring dialogue throughout the whole thing. Typical Godardian, um, banal kind of stuff. The usual. I'm not gonna go into my rant on Godard until my next review because I'm really upset about that movie. It really bothers me. La Chinoise. So yeah, my mission in life is to make a movie that's anti La Chinoise as possible. Um, so maybe one day when I have money, if I ever get money, I'll do that. And yeah, that's the end of my review. Laters.